Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we plunge headfirst into a stack of sources to extract those surprising nuggets of knowledge that make you truly well-informed. Today, we're embarking on a deep dive into an enigma that has captivated the world for centuries. Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa.
Right. It's been called the best known, the most visited, the most written about, the most sung about, the most parodied work of art in the world. Quite a title.
It really is.
And our mission today is to unpack 10 specific mysteries surrounding this iconic, yet surprisingly tiny portrait.
Tiny. Yeah, people are often surprised by that.
Definitely. So we're going to pull out the most important facts and, surprising details to help you, the listener, understand why, despite centuries of study, this painting continues to evade full understanding.
And spark endless fascination. Okay, let's unpack this. Our first mystery is arguably the biggest. Just who is she?
The million-dollar question.
Right. The dominant theory points to a woman named Lisa Maria de Gherardini, also known as Lisa del Giocondo. She was a 24-year-old Italian noblewoman from Florence, and her portrait was commissioned by her husband, Francesco di Bartolomeo di Zanobi del Giocondo, a silk and cloth merchant.
So fairly well off, but not exactly royalty.
Exactly. She lived a pretty middle-class life, apparently had 5 children, so yeah, not a queen or anything, but her portrait became one of the most famous in history.
Strange, huh?
It is. And what's truly intriguing is that while Lisa del Giocondo is the leading candidate, it's far from a closed case. Not everyone agrees.
Oh, what are the other ideas?
Well, other hypotheses have suggested the sitter could be Caterina Sforza, who is the Countess of Forli, quite formidable,
Okay.
or even a mistress of Giuliano de' Medici, the ruler of Florence. Powerful connections there.
Right.
Some theories even propose Isabella d'Este, the Marquise of Mantua. The fact there's so many alternatives really highlights how much we don't definitively know.
So it's still genuinely debated.
Absolutely. Some researchers even see striking facial similarities to Da Vinci's own mother.
Wow.
Or even Da Vinci himself, disguised. No way. That just adds another layer to the whole thing.
It really does.
It's astonishing that the identity of such a famous subject remains up for grabs. And that leads us perfectly into maybe the most debated aspect. Her smile.
Oh, that smile.
That enigmatic, intriguing, profoundly perplexing smile. For 5 centuries, people have debated it. Is she happy? Sad? Or maybe not even smiling at all?
It's the core of the mystery for many people.
So, what's the scientific take on this puzzle? Is there one?
Well, yeah, the scientific perspective offers a really interesting angle on how our eyes perceive it. Professor Margaret Livingstone of Harvard University.
Right, I've heard of her work.
She points to what scientists call low spatial frequencies.
Low spatial frequencies. Okay, what does that mean in plain English?
Think of it like this. Da Vinci intentionally softened or blurred certain details around her mouth.
Okay.
So when your eye isn't looking directly at her lips, maybe you're focusing on her eyes, your peripheral vision picks up these blurred details, and that's when the smile seems to emerge.
Ah, so it's like an optical illusion.
Exactly. A masterful one. Playing on how our brains process visual information. Very clever.
That's truly astonishing. So it's almost a trick of light and shadow combined with our own perception. And I remember hearing about computer analysis of her expression too. What did that show?
Yes, that adds another layer. In 2005, some Dutch researchers used emotion recognition computer programs on the painting.
Okay, feeding the image into AI.
Pretty much. And their findings were surprising. They revealed the painting to be 83% happy.
83%. That sounds pretty definite.
Right. And then 9% disgusted, 6% fearful, 2% angry, less than 1% neutral, and 0% surprised.
So overwhelmingly happy, according to the computer. But then why does it still feel so mysterious to us? Why do we still argue about it?
Well, because her smile appears to change based on viewing distance and angle. From up close, you see the fine detail, gives you a more neutral, maybe demure expression.
Yeah.
But take a step back.
Right.
And those blurred areas, those low spatial frequencies, become more pronounced, making her seem quite cheerfully observant, maybe.
So the data says one thing, but our experience is still subjective.
Exactly. It challenges our perception, shows that even these deep artistic mysteries can be quantified in a way, yet the experience remains personal. It's dynamic.
It's not just a painting. It's an interactive experience with our own eyes and brains. Wild. Okay, speaking of hidden details and things not immediately obvious, our next 2 mysteries delve into secret codes and an unknown bridge in the background.
Right, more hidden stuff.
Apparently, Italy's National Committee for Cultural Heritage found letters and numbers painted invisibly to the naked eye. Like, you can't just see them.
Nope. They needed high-resolution images, magnification. Through that, they discovered LV, believed to be Leonardo da Vinci's initials, naturally in her right eye.
In her eye. Tiny.
Incredibly tiny.
Okay.
And in the left eye, there are outlines of what appear to be CE, or possibly a B.
TE or B. Any idea what that means?
Still debated. But what's truly intriguing, perhaps, is the number 72, or maybe the letter L followed by a 2 found on the arched bridge in the background.
72? On the bridge? Why?
Exactly. It absolutely begs the question, what did Da Vinci intend by hiding these? Was it a private joke, a signature, a code, something else entirely?
And that ties into the bridge itself, doesn't it? Because its location has also been a mystery.
It has, for ages.
Yeah.
But Italian historian Carla Glory has a compelling theory.
Oh.
She thinks it's the Ponte Gobbo, or Ponte Vecchio, located in Bobbio, a small village in northern Italy.
Bobbio. Okay. And how does the 72 fit in?
Well, this is where it gets really specific. Glory connects the hidden 72 directly to a historical event. She proposes it references the devastating 1472 flood of the River Trebbia.
1472, the number.
Precisely. A flood which destroyed Bobbio's bridge. So Glory theorizes that Leonardo included 72 to subtly record this event, almost like a timestamp or a hidden historical marker within the painting.
Wow, so he's embedding local history, maybe a tragedy, right into the landscape. That's quite something.
It adds a whole different dimension to just looking at the background.
Absolutely. From hidden numbers, let's move to mystery number 5. That unsettling gaze. People always talk about this.
The eyes that follow you around the room.
Yeah. No matter where you stand, her eyes seem to follow you. How on earth does that work? It feels almost supernatural.
It really does feel like that. But scientists at the University of Ohio explain it partly as an optical illusion.
Okay.
On a flat, two-dimensional surface like a painting, an image can appear the same regardless of the angle you view it from. That's part of it.
But it feels more intense with her, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
And the real magic here is Da Vinci's absolute mastery of chiaroscuro.
Chiaroscuro. Light and shadow.
Exactly. That dramatic use of strong contrast, bright highlights right next to deep, dark areas. By subtly graduating these tones around her eyes and face, he creates this incredibly realistic sense of depth and volume.
So it makes her look almost three-dimensional.
Pretty much. It tricks our brains into perceiving a direct, continuous gaze, even as we move. It's not just art. It's a profound understanding of human perception. Genius-level stuff.
That truly reframes how I think about looking at her. It's technique, not magic. Mostly.
Mostly technique, yeah.
And speaking of things hidden beneath the surface, here's where it gets really interesting for me. Mystery number 6. The hidden painting beneath the surface.
Ah, yes, the layers.
I mean, a secret within a secret. That's incredible. Was this recent?
Well, the first hints came in 2006. Initial infrared and laser imaging revealed some rudimentary sketches underneath.
Like what?
Things like a changed position of her left hand's index and middle fingers, some lace on her dress that isn't there now, even a blanket on her knees, early ideas.
Pentimenti, they call them, right? Changes the artist made.
Exactly. But the real breakthrough came later, in 2015. A French engineer, Pascal Cote, used his own technique called the layer amplification method.
Layer amplification? Sounds technical. How does it work?
Imagine it like this. He shines different colored lights onto the painting
Yeah.
and measures how each layer reflects them. It's like an X-ray for art, but more detailed. It lets him digitally peel back the visible paint, layer by layer.
Like an onion.
Exactly like an onion, to see what was painted underneath.
So he actually saw distinct earlier versions. That's mind-blowing. What did he find?
Cote discovered 4 distinct images beneath the uppermost painted surface we see today.
4. Wow.
And one of these was a portrait of a different, younger-looking woman with more petite facial features and notably no smile.
No smile at all. So maybe not Lisa Gherardini initially.
Well, that's the tantalizing mystery. Despite these incredible discoveries, the true identity of the woman or women in these hidden layers remains unknown. We know there's more there, but we don't fully know who it is or why Da Vinci painted over her.
So the Mona Lisa might be a palimpsest, like an old manuscript written over, layered with different versions of the truth or different subjects entirely.
That's a great way to put it, a painted palimpsest.
Fascinating. Okay, our next mystery, number 7, suggests she might have been expecting a little one, the pregnant Mona Lisa.
Yes, this theory pops up quite often. It proposes that Lisa del Giocondo was indeed pregnant when Da Vinci painted her.
And what's the evidence for that? Just the pose?
The visual evidence often cited is her arms crossed over what looks like a rounded stomach. It's a pose you see in other portraits of pregnant women from that era.
Okay, that makes sense.
And what's even more compelling is that historical evidence seems to align with this. Research suggests Del Giocondo was in her second pregnancy around the time the painting is thought to have been created.
So the timing fits.
The timing fits. And there's more scientific evidence, too, not just a hunch.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Infrared scans, similar to the ones used to find hidden layers, have specifically revealed evidence of a garnello draped across her shoulders.
A gornello, what's that?
Think of it as a type of loose, comfortable linen smock or overgarment. It was often worn by pregnant women in Renaissance Italy, maybe to discreetly yet comfortably accommodate,
The baby bump.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you actually see it in other Renaissance portraits, like Sandro Botticelli's painting of Smeralda Brandini, who was known to be pregnant. She wears one too.
Okay, that's pretty convincing. Are there counter arguments?
Well, sure. Some argue it could simply be a scarf or a shawl, not necessarily a maternity garment.
Right.
But the combination of her posture, the historical timing, and this Gornello evidence makes the pregnant Mona Lisa theory quite compelling.
Yeah.
It really humanizes her, I think.
It does. From the very human act of pregnancy, let's move on to mystery number 8. Why do we find her beautiful? I mean, beyond the smile and the gaze, there's just something else that draws us in.
That transcendental and ineffable quality, as some describe it.
Yeah. And what explains that? Is it just art?
Well, many believe it's partly explained by mathematics, specifically the golden ratio.
The golden ratio, phi 1.618.
Hi,
So
Sally. Phi 1.618. Leonardo himself actually called it the divine proportion.
divine proportion, okay.
It's a ratio found everywhere in nature, spirals of a seashell, arrangement of petals, and also in art and architecture, like the Parthenon in Greece. It's widely considered the most aesthetically pleasing proportion to the human eye.
Like, our brains are sort of hardwired to appreciate it.
That's the idea. It's like nature's perfect blueprint for visual harmony.
Okay, so how does this mathematical magic play into the Mona Lisa's beauty specifically?
Well, if you draw a rectangle around Mona Lisa's face based on this golden ratio, her key features align almost perfectly within it. Her chin, the tops of her head, her nose.
They fit the proportions.
You fit the proportions. So the prevalence of this divine proportion in the composition produces a sense of natural balance and harmony that perhaps subconsciously we perceive as beauty.
So beauty isn't just subjective. There might be an underlying mathematical harmony that resonates with us.
Could be. It suggests there's an objective element to why we find certain things beautiful.
That's truly fascinating to think that such profound beauty could be partly rooted in a mathematical formula. Okay, from divine proportions to pure drama. Mystery number 9 is the story of the stolen painting.
Oh, yeah, this is a great story.
I mean, it was actually stolen from the Louvre.
It was. In 1911, an Italian employee at the Louvre named Vincenzo Perugia literally walked out with it. Hid it under his coat, apparently.
Unbelievable. Why? What was his motive?
His stated motive was patriotism, sort of. He believed Napoleon Bonaparte had stolen it from Florence during his campaigns, and he, Perugia, wanted to return it to Italy, its true home.
Was he right? Did Napoleon steal it?
No. That part's wrong. Leonardo took it to France himself. But Perugia believed it.
Okay, so he steals it.
Yeah.
Then what?
For 2 years, the painting's whereabouts were a complete mystery. It caused a global sensation, media speculation everywhere. It actually made the Mona Lisa way more famous than she already was. The empty space on the wall became an attraction.
Wow, so how did they get it back? Did he just give it up?
Eventually, yes, but not quite like that. In 1913, Perugia contacted an Italian art dealer in Florence named Alfredo Geri.
Okay.
He basically offered to bring the painting back to Florence, but requested a modest monetary reimbursement from the Italian government for his trouble.
A modest reward for the world's most famous painting? That sounds fishy.
Extremely fishy. And here's where it gets really interesting. It was later revealed, or at least strongly suspected, that Perugia had collaborated with a well-known Argentinian art forger named Eduardo de Valfierno.
A forger. Okay, now this sounds like a movie plot.
Totally. This led to theories that the real reason for the theft wasn't patriotism at all. It was a brilliant, cynical ploy.
Oh, so?
The idea was that Valfierno had Perugia steal the original to create massive publicity. While the real one was hidden, Valfierno could sell multiple high-quality forgeries to wealthy, unsuspecting collectors, each believing they were getting the stolen masterpiece.
Whoa, so the theft itself was the marketing campaign for the fakes?
Precisely. Leveraging the worldwide hunt for the real one to sell copies. He was the original art heist plot twist.
Hmm.
Perugia was eventually caught when he tried to sell the real one to Joan.
That's an incredible story. Okay, finally, for mystery number 10, we have a very modern interpretation, almost a diagnosis. The ill Mona Lisa.
Yes, this is a fascinating, relatively recent theory. A Boston physician, Dr. Mandeep Armera.
He's the medical director at the Heart and Vascular Center at Brigham and Women's Hospital, right? A serious medical professional.
Exactly. He looked at the painting not as an art historian, but as a doctor, and he actually diagnosed Mona Lisa with a glandular condition, hypothyroidism.
Hypothyroidism, based on a 500-year-old painting. How?
Just by carefully observing the details in the portrait. He noted several specific things about her appearance.
Like what? What did he see?
Okay, things like a potentially sallow, yellowish complexion, possibly thinning hair, that slightly misaligned or weak-looking smile we talked about.
Uh-huh.
Also, a small fleshy bump, possibly xanthelasma, in the inner corner of her left eye. A surprising lack of distinct eyebrow or eyelash hair. Maybe a bulge next to her index finger suggesting a lipoma.
Wow, specific details.
Very specific. And crucially, what looks like a lump or swelling on her neck, which could indicate an enlarged thyroid gland or goiter. He even suggested her odd smile could be caused by the muscle weakness sometimes associated with hypothyroidism.
So he's arguing that her unique appearance, the very things that make her enigmatic, could literally be symptoms of an illness.
That's the argument.
And what makes this plausible for someone living in the early 16th century?
Well, Dr. Mera connected these visual cues to the historical context. Iodine-deficient diets were known to be quite common in inland areas of Italy back then.
And iodine is crucial for the thyroid.
Exactly. Since iodine is essential for thyroid health, a chronic deficiency could easily have led to her developing hypothyroidism and the associated physical signs.
So it offers a compelling modern medical explanation for her curious smile and overall appearance.
It does. It suggests it might be less about purely artistic intent or mood, and more about a physiological reality that Leonardo, with his incredibly keen eye for detail, captured with astounding accuracy.
Maybe he was just painting exactly what he saw. What an incredible journey we've taken today, diving into all these layers of mystery surrounding the Mona Lisa.
It's amazing, isn't it? From her identity to her smile, secret codes, hidden paintings underneath.
Right, the theft, the golden ratio, and even a potential medical diagnosis.
It truly highlights how this single, relatively small portrait continues to yield surprising new insights. It blends art history, cutting-edge science, human drama. It's all in there.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? How does knowing these specific details change maybe your appreciation of a painting you thought you already knew?
Yeah, does it make it more mysterious or less? Or just different?
And maybe think about what other long-held assumptions about iconic works of art might modern science help us unravel or even challenge.
Lots to think about. Keep those questions in mind as you go about your day.